In the book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 1 to 43. And take thou unto thee Aaron thy brother, and his sons with him, from among the children of Israel, that he minister unto me in the first office, even Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar are Aaron's sons. And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, for glory and for beauty. And thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, and they may make Aaron's garments to consecrate him, and he may minister unto me in the first office. And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate, and an ephod, and a robe, and a broidered coat, a mitre, a girdle, and they shall make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, and his sons, and he may minister unto me in the first office. And they shall take gold, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine linen, and they shall make an ephod of gold, of blue, and a purple, a scarlet, and fine twined linen, with cunning work. It shall have 2 shoulder pieces thereof, joined at the 2 edges thereof, and so it shall be joined together. And the curious girdle of the ephod, which is upon it, shall be on the same according to the work thereof, even of gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. And thou shalt take 2 onyx stones, and grave on them the names of the children of Israel, 6 of their names of one stone, and the other 6 names of the rest on the other stone according to their birth. With the work of an engraver in stone, like the engravings of Sinnet, shalt thou engrave the 2 stones with the names of the children of Israel. Thou shalt make them to be set in ouches of gold. And thou shalt put the 2 stones upon the shoulders of the ephod, for stones of memorial unto the children of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names before the Lord upon his 2 shoulders for a memorial. And thou shalt make ouches of gold, and 2 chains of pure gold of the ends of wherein work shalt thou make them, and fasten the wreathen clay chains of the ouches. And thou shalt make the breastplate of judgment with cunning work after the work of the ephod. Thou shalt make it of gold, of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of fine twined linen shall thou make it. 4 square it shall be, being doubled. A span shall be the length thereof, and a span shall be the breadth thereof. And thou shalt set in the settings of stones, even 4 rows of stones, and first row shall be the sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This shall be the first row. And the second row shall be the emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. And the third row is lacery, an agate, and an amethyst. And the fourth row is beryl, and onyx, and jasper shall be the set in gold of their enclosings. And the stone shall be with the names of the children of Israel. 12 according of their names, like the engravings of the silent, every one with his name shall be according to the 12 tribes. And thou shalt make upon the breastplate chains at the end of the wooden work of pure gold. And thou shalt make upon the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and shalt put the 2 rings in the 2 ends of the breastplate. And thou shalt put the 2 wreathen chains of gold and the 2 rings which are the ends of the breastplate. And the other 2 ends of the 2 wreathen chains thou shalt fasten in the 2 ouches, and put them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod before it. And thou shalt make 2 rings of gold, and thou shalt put them upon the 2 ends of breastplate and the border thereof, which is on the side of the ephod inward. And 2 other rings of gold thou shalt make, and shalt put them off on 2 sides of the ephod underneath toward the forepart thereof, over against the other combing thereof, above the curious girdle of the ephod. And they shall bind of the breastplate by the rings thereof, and to the rings of the ephod which a lace of blue, and it may be above the curious girdle of the ephod, and the breastplate be not lost from the ephod. And Aaron shall bear the names of the children of Israel, and the breastplate of judgment upon his heart, when he goeth in unto the holy place for the memorial before of the Lord continually. And thou shalt put in the breastplate of judgment an Urim and a Thummim, and they shall be upon Aaron's heart when he goeth in before the Lord. And Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel upon his heart before the Lord continually. And thou shalt make the robe of the ephod all of blue, and there shall be an hole of the top of it, and the midst thereof it shall have a binding of woven work round about the hole of it, as it were the hole of the heavy coin at in the torrent. And beneath upon the hem of thou shalt make pomegranates of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet round about the hem thereof, and belts of the gold between them round about. A golden bell of the pomegranate, a golden bell of the pomegranate upon the hem of the robe around about. And it shall be upon Aaron to minister, and his sound shall be heard when he goeth into the holy place before the Lord, and when he cometh out, and he die not. And thou shalt make a plate of pure gold, and engrave upon it, like the engravings of the sign, holiness of the Lord. And thou shalt put into blue lace, and it may be upon the methery, upon the forefront of the methery it shall be. And it shall be upon Aaron's forehead, and Aaron's may bear the iniquity of the holy things, which the children of Israel shall hallow in all their holy gifts, and it shall be always upon his forehead, and they may be accepted before the Lord. And thou shalt embroider the coat of fine linen, and thou shalt make the methery of fine linen, and thou shalt make the girdle of needlework. And for Aaron's son that shall make coats, and thou shalt make for them girdles, and bonnets shalt thou make for them. for glory and for beauty. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother and his sons with him, and shalt anoint them, and consecrate them, and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness, from the lions even unto the thighs they shall reach. And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons when they come into the tabernacle of the congregation, or when they came near unto the altar of minister of the holy place, and they bear not iniquity, and die. It shall be statute forever unto him and his seed after him.